Salt is often celebrated as the essence of life's flavor.
Salty.
But have you ever heard of a unique and almost extinct salt known as the edible dinosaur egg?
Holy shit, a dinosaur egg!
This distinctive salt is not only flavorful, but also exceedingly rare, with a real risk of extinction in the near future. Sounds intriguing, right? In today's eye-opening video, we'll delve into the extraordinary world of salt, but not just any salt. We'll explore the unique Asin Tibuok, which is a scarce and nearly extinct salt that is as fascinating as it is flavorful. From its roots in the heart of the Philippines to its delicate production process and the problems surrounding its scarcity, we'll cover everything you need to know about this legendary salt. So, grab your seat and prepare to embark on a savory journey that will leave you amazed and hungry for more knowledge-packed delight. We're well aware of salt's amazing versatility as an all-encompassing ingredient that elevates the flavors of our food. It's a culinary essential that has its origins in some of the most surprising corners of our planet. And the primary reservoir for this beloved kitchen staple is none other than our expansive oceans. The sun and wind play a vital role in creating salt as the sun's relentless heat evaporates seawater, leaving behind concentrated salt water. Then, the wind carries this concentrated salt water into shallow pools, typically in coastal areas. These pools are carefully designed and managed to help the water continue to evaporate. And as the water slowly evaporates, the salt within becomes more and more concentrated. Eventually, it reaches a point where salt crystals start to form. These crystals are carefully harvested and processed, resulting in the salt we sprinkle on our meals. Apart from the sea, salt is also sourced from underground salt deposits, often referred to as rock salt. These hidden treasures are like time capsules, formed in an extensive layer of sedimentary evaporite minerals, which are remnants of ancient lakes, playas, and seas that have long since dried up. These deposits hold within them millions of years worth of salt accumulation. Miners carefully extract this salt, which then undergoes a refining process to become the familiar table salt that we sprinkle from our salt shakers today. But apart from these two main methods of salt production, there is another not-so-popular method that is gradually going into extinction. Allow me to introduce you to Asin Tibuok, also known as the edible dinosaur egg. This unique salt is said to originate from Albuquerque in the province of Bohol, which is a coastal town in the Philippines that's renowned for its salt-making heritage. This enduring tradition has been passed down through the ages, and while its precise origin remains a mystery, some reports suggest it dates back over 500 years ago. The outcome of this intricate process is known as Asin Tibuok sa Albur, which translates to whole salt of Albuquerque. It's a hidden gem in the world of salt production, and its story is quite fascinating. During the earliest periods of production, Asin Tibuok wasn't limited to Albuquerque alone. It was also produced in neighboring coastal towns like Baclayon and Loy in the Philippines. The heart of this production lies in humble huts, strategically located facing mangroves. Amid this tranquil setting, you'll find the pit and salt bed, which captures seawater during high tides. The creation of Asin Tibuok is a time-honored process that demands months of preparation and meticulous attention to detail. It's a labor of love, marked with unwavering dedication and vigilance, ensuring that each batch of this unique salt is nothing short of perfection. The process of producing this distinctive salt begins with the gathering of fibrous coconut husks. Farmers mainly harvest these brown coconut husks from their meat, which transforms into copra when dried. These collected husks are soaked in seawater for several months, allowing them to absorb the rich minerals from the sea. After this immersion, the husks are carefully chopped into smaller pieces and left to bask in the sun, undergoing the crucial process of sun drying. The next step involves a careful and patient process of slowly burning the husks by using local hardwoods to create a unique blend of coconut, charcoal, and ash. The art of burning these husks demands significant skill and a lot of patience as the husks are stacked and carefully ignited from the bottom to ensure the fire keeps burning consistently. It's a slow and careful procedure that lasts for about 6 days until all the husks are transformed into ash. Once the burning phase ends, what remains is a heap of precious ashes, which is a vital ingredient in the creation of Asin Tibuok. Now, the process moves to the extraction of salt from the ashes. These ashes are carefully loaded onto a bamboo filtering device, approximately 1.5 meters in length, designed in the shape of a funnel. The ashes are packed to the brim within this funnel-shaped contraption. Seawater is then poured into the funnel, and as it filters through, it effectively leaches the salt from the ashes. The liquid or brine, known locally as tasik, is gathered and collected into a large hollowed trunk of a coconut tree, resembling an ancient vessel. Once all the tasik has been carefully collected in the receptacle, it's time for the cooking phase. For this step, special clay pots come into play. Around 100 of these clay pots are suspended between two brick walls, forming a makeshift furnace. With the clay pots in place, a portion of the tasik is gently poured into each pot using a shell dipper. To achieve the desired transformation, dried palm materials are employed to gradually raise the temperature to at least 100 degrees Celsius. Throughout this process, tasik is added periodically to replace what evaporates. The cooking itself spans approximately 3 hours. Maintaining precise control is vital to prevent the clay pots from breaking or overheating. This is a delicate process that stretches throughout the day, with both fire and salt requiring constant attention. The salt, once cooked, must be allowed to cool throughout the evening before it can be handled. The skilled group of salt makers known as asinderos recognize that the Asin Tibuok is ready when the clay pot produces a distinctive pop or crack that reveals the perfectly formed, round bottom of the salt. This distinctive appearance is the source of its nickname, the Edible Dinosaur Egg. Upon reaching this stage, the salt solidifies, filling the entire pot. Its initial pink color, resulting from the intense heat, transforms to pure white when washed with water. The texture is velvety smooth, adorned with tiny granules. In terms of taste, it offers a mild, smoky, and fruity flavor profile, and it's often described as the purest and cleanest artisanal sea salt. Sadly, like many indigenous food traditions worldwide, the production of Asin Tibuok is slowly fading into extinction. This decline is attributed to the advent of technology and the laborious nature of its traditional production processes. The intensive labor involved in making Tibuok has transformed it into a vanishing art, given the considerable time it demands. Moreover, the demand for this unique salt is low, as cheap iodized salt has claimed dominance in kitchens, and many skilled asinderos have abandoned the craft in favor of less strenuous urban employment. Perhaps the enactment of the Act for Salt Iodization nationwide, Asin, in 1995, along with the fierce competition from modern imported salts, has added to the challenges faced by local salt producers. These factors have pushed many to abandon the industry altogether. Many years ago, Asin Tibuok was a craft practiced by hundreds of families across the Albuquerque Bohol region of the Philippines. However, today, only a few dedicated asinderos or salt farmers are willing to endure the scorching heat and backbreaking labor required to keep this precious tradition alive. These remaining few families have made it their life's mission to safeguard this time-honored craft. Their dedication is not just to making the salt, but also to sharing the story of Asin Tibuok with those who come to visit. They provide a unique opportunity for visitors to connect with the locals and discover the rich history and technique behind this truly authentic artisanal salt, a salt so rare that it might otherwise vanish in time. It will interest you to know that Asin Tibuok has earned the distinction of being one of the rarest salts globally, earning a place in the Art of Taste International Catalog of Endangered Heritage Foods by the Slow Food Organization. Despite its endangered status, connoisseurs of this salt highly value its unique taste and are willing to go the extra mile to obtain it. Its flavor profile is celebrated for its sharp and earthy sea salt taste, accompanied by subtle smoky and fruity undertones that delight the palate. The versatility of Asin Tibuok shines through in its various culinary applications. You can use a microplane to shave it, creating an elegant salt dusting presentation for any dish. Traditionally, it's sprinkled over plain hot rice with a few drops of oil, enjoyed just as it is. It's also a key seasoning for sinangag, the traditional fried rice of the Philippines. You can equally break off chunks to dip into stews and other dishes, or grind it to use as you would regular table salt. Asin Tibuok's uniqueness and exceptional taste have not gone unnoticed by Filipino chefs in high-end restaurants too. Many of them continue to source this rare salt from local producers to enhance a wide range of dishes, including desserts. The careful production process and the scarcity of those who produce Asin Tibuok have elevated it to the status of a rare and precious salt, with a single egg of salt costing over $100.